If you're waking up feeling stressed about what it is that you should be posting today, I'm here to tell you that your issue isn't content. Your issue is clarity. And this is something that a lot of people deal with. They think to themselves, oh, I see these people doing these kinds of things. So if I copy it, naturally it's going to work for me. Not necessarily the case, because it's likely that the person that you want to serve needs to be spoken to in a particular way and has a different set of problems and issues that cookie cutter content isn't going to solve. So what I did was created this tool, and this tool is called the ICP Wheel. And if you use this tool, you can come up with so much content that it will genuinely feel illegal. I've been using this exact tool for myself and for my clients, and it's really been starting to make a difference. So I'm going to go ahead, share my screen here, and walk you through exactly what this tool is and ultimately how you can use it to no longer have a clarity problem. So let's get into it. So before we get into it, let me give you a little bit of background as to what the ICP Wheel is. Okay, the ICP Wheel stands for the Ideal Client Profile Wheel. Now, why is this important when it comes to creating content? Okay, a lot of us are speaking about things at a very surface level, and every single person in your audience is at a different stage of development. Okay, now what this document does very well is that it allows you to see the different depths of the pain that they deal with, the behaviors that they have, the desires that they want, the outcomes that they're after, the values that they have, the red flags that they have, where they hang out, right? Who they are, what they think. So you're getting a very accurate picture of the person that you want to serve. And every single one of these questions here is designed to have content ideas be pulled out of it so that you can eventually know what to create. All right? So the ICP wheel is broken down into 6 parts. You have psychographics, demographics, pain points and problems, values and red flags, behavioral cues, and desires and outcomes. The best way that I've been able to use this exercise is to actually start from scratch. So imagine, for example, that you are a police design sketcher. I don't know what those people are called. And the person that you're describing is the person that you want to serve. So we're going to literally dissect these 6 components to create an image that is so clear that even a blind person can draw this person from scratch. I love to start off here at the psychographics because a lot of people start at the demographics. A lot of people are targeting a particular person from 25 to 44. But if you are in the online space and you're, for example, in the relationship niche, you're likely going to be going more for a person who thinks a certain way or has a certain belief system as opposed to a particular demographic. If you have both of those things in line, then it's going to be way easier for you to talk to that individual in your paid ads. All right? So let's take a look at the psychographics, for example, and let's ask ourselves these questions. The person that I want to serve, right? What are they thinking about all the time? What are they deeply craving, even if they don't say it out loud? What do they believe about the problem that they're facing? Is that belief helping them or is it hurting them? What are they tired of trying that hasn't worked? And what do they secretly wish someone would just tell them? What's really important while you're going through these things is that you conceptualize based off of the experience you've had with these people, but then you also input actual data. So if you have, for example, sales call transcripts, or if you have conversations with clients, or if you have group recordings, right? Or one-on-one recordings, you want to take as much of that information and feed it through this ICP wheel because it's going to give you hard evidence. If so many people in your audience are saying a particular phrase like, I want to do better, but I feel stuck, you need to use that one-liner in your content because that's going to serve as a pattern interrupt. Those people are scrolling on social media. The moment that they hear something, the moment that they see something and hear it, that's already happening within their brains, that is enough to get somebody to be like, wait, let me watch this video and actually hear what this person has to say. Going through this document will take you from about 20 minutes to an hour. And I've seen that the people who spend more time doing this and actually treating this exercise with effort and care are actually the people who get the most out of it. Because the more concrete and the more in-depth that you can be, the more you have a competitive advantage to every single person out there who's creating content at a very surface level, right? Someone who's talking about 10 tricks or 10 tips. so that you can optimize performance is going to speak to somebody differently versus someone who says, here's the one belief about productivity that you have that isn't true. There's a big difference because one is addressing something that is more at the surface, while another one is addressing something that's at the core. And that's how you truly start to resonate with people, especially in an era where so many people don't trust each other. So go through the ICP wheel and take your time with each section and actually care about each and every single question that you're answering, because you never know the ripple effect that one answer can create for your business, right? I have one client of mine who, for the longest time, thought that he was helping people with their self-awareness, right? That's what he thought that they wanted, but it turns out it wasn't what they actually needed. What he ended up finding out through this exercise and through analyzing the sales call transcripts and through analyzing the discovery calls was that people were coming to him on the basis of three main things. They were in a relationship that they weren't happy in and they wanted to change. They wanted to enter in their dream relationship, or they wanted to leave their dream relationship. When we started to shift the content to speaking to those three problems versus using self-awareness as the surface level issue, the quality of people who were appearing on these booked calls significantly changed. And what made it even better was that we started to use these three topics within our ads, and the ads started to perform at a ridiculous rate, like getting a profile visit for 16 cents a profile visit when it's usually anywhere from $1 to $2. So the results in your business significantly change when you have a firm grasp on who it is that you want to help. And then I know what you might be thinking, oh, Yusuf, I already know my ideal client. I know the problem that they have. I know how old they are. I know where they are. I know what they need help with. But my question to you is, do you know why they need help? Do you know how this problem came to be? Do you know the cost of if they don't solve this problem? Do you know what happens in the ripple effect if they do solve this problem? Do you know where these people hang out? Do you know what kind of content they consume? Do you know if they're ready to ask for help? These are all questions that a lot of us don't have an awareness of. And if we don't answer these questions, then it's very likely that we're going to just continue to see mediocre results. So if your content is not converting, I promise you it's not because you suck. It's just because no one ever taught you how to make your messaging stand out. If you want access to the ICP wheel, just comment ICP wheel below and I'll send you over a copy that you can use today to start generating hundreds of content ideas. And if you want to know the secrets that makes people stop scrolling and say, yes, this is what I want, we're going to break that down, as well as the 8 emotions that help you get there on the next video. So stay tuned for that. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and be sure to check out this video over here.